Well, hello, my FME friends. I'm here today with some very quick tips and tricks for using the Postgres format. First thing I've done here is I've created a table and I'm writing date times to it. And what I've done by mistake is I've made it a varchar field when it should be a timestamp TZ field. So what can I do to fix that? Well, I could use a SQL executor. And I could open it up and say, well, let's issue this command. Update the table, changing the data type to a timestamp with time zone. But then I have to cast the data as well because I've already got data in there. I made a mistake, so now I've got to cast that data. The problem is there, though, that it doesn't actually work because the data I've written to that column already has got this FME date time structure to it, and the Postgres database doesn't recognize that. So it said I can't cast this date time, it's out of range for a date time. So what I'm doing instead is I opened up another FME workspace and I just generated a workspace to convert from Postgres back to Postgres. And you can see in the source data it thinks that is a varchar. And so what I can do is I'm just going to hit the run button on this now just to run the data, get some information back. I can see it's in a format that FME will recognize as a date time, because what we want now is FME to recognize it's a date time. Then I can go into my writer, I can say drop and create the table, and instead of it being a varchar, it can be a timestamp time zone. Click OK. Now I just need to run this bit. I don't want to run the whole thing because I don't know if it can read and write and drop the table at the same time. So that's why I'm doing this in two steps. I read the data first, and then once I've read the data and I've made the changes, then I just hit the run button and write that data out. And that works perfectly. In fact, I can go back to this other workspace, and I've got a little SQL executor down here that runs and fetches the data, but also fetches the schema back. So if I look at the schema that it returns, let me look down here, it is a timestamp field. So there we go, so it worked. So yeah, that's how we can fix a wrong column data type when there's already data in it using FME.